minimize is something that a lot of VGC players consider evil, with playing with accuracy in order to win the game, rolling the dice. However, what if we up the stakes with Moody Scovillain and using Power of Alchemy from Alolan Muk to copy that Moody boost and make Muk an absolute monster, and then have a partner copy that boost with either Co-Star or Psych Up? That is what this team is designed for. We're going to try out this very heavily gimmick troll team and see how well it performs. This is a crazy gimmick team featuring Scovillain with Moody and the Power of Alchemy Muk. The idea of the team is to set up Minimize with Muk and then use Grimmsnarl with Screens potentially to set up for Scovillain, allowing the Muk to survive turns to get the Minimize boost off, and then Scovillain let it go down early with Rage Powder to set up for the Muk Power of Alchemy, tracing the Moody from the fallen Scovillain, and then bring in one of the sweepers, where it's the Flamigo to copy the boost with Co-Star, Espeon or Sylveon with the Psych Up boost to Muk so you can sweep the end game. If you'd like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they'll be linked in the description. Fluttermane, Tornadus, Urshifu, Heatran, Iron Hands, and Mungus. Okay, how do I exactly want to perform against this team? There is the Urshifu that can be a little bit scary. There is the Amoonguss, which if it has Clear Smog is not exactly a fun time. I would like to use Fake Out with my Grimmsnarl, but it could be Taunt Tornadus, and if they have Taunt, I guess Taunt doesn't matter actually, because Muk is a Dark type, so it is immune to Prankster, so I can still go for Minimize pretty safely here. So I think I want to try leading the Muk plus the Grimmsnarl, which I think is pretty solid here. And then in the back, I really, how do I want to sweep here, I guess is the question. I don't think it's Sylveon, although it can work pretty decent well. I think it's probably Espeon. I like Scovillain. I think it's pretty decent here for the Rage Powder support, which I think is like pretty nice against my opponent's team. And then let's try out the Espeon. I know Flamingo can definitely put in some work, although I'm not really like too sure of like how well it's supposed to do against this specific team. I like Espeon because getting the stored power seems really strong as an option. I don't know which one I'm gonna Psych Up here, but Heatran plus Iron Hands is a very unique lead here, and I'll definitely take it, okay, as I do lead my Muk plus my Grimmsnarl. I'm just going to attempt to go for a Minimize and go for a Fake Out this first turn here into the Iron Hands, which I think is super safe. There's not really much that they can punish. I'm going to just try to get that Minimize up as quickly as possible, and then we'll see how it performs from here. So I could see them going for a substitute. The Heatran set is always interesting. Do they run Earth Power? Are they the substitute set? Do they have Flash Cannon? Do they have Terra Blast? Because usually they're like Terra Grass most of the time, although some I guess run Terra Bug, which would be a lot less threatening here. Of course, we will Fake Out the Iron Hands. We're going to see the Iron Hands probably flinch. Yep, trying to go for a Fake Out itself. Going to see a Flash Cannon and Grim, which is perfect, as my Grim is able to live barely, and we do get a Minimize off with the Muk here. So very nice, and that's a pretty decent start here. I think now what I would want to do is I'd probably want to just go for another Minimize with my Muk and Parting Shot out the Iron Hands, because Iron Hands could have access to Heavy Slam, which can still hit Muk through the Minimize, so that's like the most threatening mod. Not too worried about the damage that Heatran can really do. I'll be interested to see if it has Earth Power or not, but we will Parting Shot out the Iron Hands. We will go out into our Scovillain, because I think our Scovillain can definitely Rage Powder away some of the threatening attacks. If this isn't Safety Goggles Iron Hands, but I don't think it is. Let's see. Heat Wave going to come out, which is fine. Going to do a pretty big amount of damage to my Scovillain. They go for a Drain Punch and they actually connect. Okay. So that's all right here. And I am going to be able to get another Minimize off. Okay, so it's not exactly the greatest, but I don't think it's too bad right here. I am going to be able to heal up with my leftovers. And sure, I can't Rage Powder specifically, but I still think it's okay. We're going to get a Special Defense boost and a Attack Fall. Special Defense boost is interesting. Do I live the next Heat Wave if I do so? I think I do. I think I'm just going to go for a Double Protect here and scout for what they're going to click now. +4 Muk is super threatening. I just gotta watch out because Urshifu is definitely going to be a problem. I really want to get a Psych Up off before the Urshifu comes out. But yeah, we will just double protect here and potentially get another Moody Boost. Maybe I should have just protected Muk and let the Scovillian go down here to get the Power of Alchemy immediately. But I think this is okay. We're going to see the Heat Wave come out once again. But I also get Leftovers Recovery on Muk, which is actually pretty huge. So I'll take it. All right. Gets the Protect off. Let's see. What does the Iron Hands do here? It's going to be the Drain Punch once again into the Muk. Or into Scovillian, actually. Okay, that's actually really good here. All right, I'll definitely take that. I want to go for a knockoff, I think, into the Heatran now. And hopefully I can actually, you know... Ooh, another special defense boost. Okay, so that's pretty promising. Speed Falls doesn't really matter. I will go for the knock... Actually, Drain Punch here. I like Drain Punch. I want Recovery. I'll take the Drain Punch, actually. Yeah, I'll take the Drain Punch here, and I'll go for the Rage Powder. Definitely huge. We're going to see the Heatran retreat, interesting, into the Urshifu. Yeah, this is the problem that I had here, although it's still not... Oh, it's Dark Urshifu. Wait, that makes this really interesting then. We will get a Rage Powder off. We're going to see the Iron Hands go for that Drain Punch. It is going to not KO my Scovillian, so that's excellent. I'm able to get a free Drain Punch off in Urshifu. That is 50% right there. That is extremely nice. Oh, that's a critical hit. I was about to say, I was surprised it did 50%, but I'll take it for sure. We are going to be able to heal up with that Leftovers, and yeah, this is a really, really nice position. Now I can go for a Drain Punch here. I have a lot of options, actually. I do like the idea of Drain Punching again. How fast is my Espeon? My Espeon's fast with the Focus Sash, so that actually helps. I can go for a Dazzling Gleam with Terra. I would like to go for a Drain Punch again. Do I want to Drain Punch Urshifu? I'm not picking up the knock on Urshifu, which is a problem. It might be better to actually get another Minimize off. Yeah, I'm going to go for another Minimize, and I'm going to go for a Rage Powder. Should I just Grassy Terrain here? Grassy Terrain isn't bad if I expect to protect because I get the Leftovers healing. And the Leftovers healing is really helping me more than my opponent. You know what? Let's go for Grassy Terrain. Grassy Terrain here on the Detect. Yep. On the Detect. Yep. We are going to be able to get the Drain Punch come out. Okay, because of my speed drop from earlier, I am not going to be able to outspeed the Iron Hands. But that's fine. I did get the Minimize play right at least. And now, pretty solid position across the board. We are able to get the Power of Alchemy here. And we are going to be able to get a Minimize once again set up with my Muk. So we have a +6 Muk right now with that evasion boost. Leftover is going to be healing up on the Muk. And this is insane right now. Special attack boost, not going to be helpful. Speedfall, not really much of a change. So that works out okay. I'm going to go out into my Espeon. I could go Grim, but there's really no point of going Grim. So we're going to go Espeon here. We're going to go for the Terra Dazzling Gleam and a knockoff, I think, into the Urshifu slots. So let's go for that Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam and see how well this does. Because I don't want them to... I don't think they should Sucker Punch. But just in the off chance they do, I'd rather just go for a Dazzling Gleam here. I don't think I need my Terra on Muk at all anyway. So this is looking really good because if it was Water Urshifu, I'd be way more scared of potential of Surging Strikes hitting the Muk. But because they're dark, the Wicked Blow critting move is resisted on the Muk. So that's actually really good. Heatran going to come out, which is nice. We're going to see a Terra on my side. They stayed in with the Urshifu, which is the big one. Because staying with the Urshifu is really good for me. We will be able to get the Terra Fairy with my Espeon. And let's see what I can get. I also could have psyched up, but I really want to see if I can get the KO here onto the Urshifu. And I do really, really good here. So I get a Dazzling Gleam off. I pick up the knock on Urshifu. I guess I really didn't need to Terra here. I guess I could have just stayed in normal form, but that's okay. We are able to eliminate the Urshifu, and we are able to get a knockoff in a Heatran, which is huge. Yeah, very, very nice. Get rid of that Leftovers. Absolutely big. And then the Iron Hands is going to come out. I wonder if they go for a Substitute with the Heatran. We're going to get a special defense increase, which is nice, and a defense fall. That one's not as pretty. Okay. So Iron Hands can come in, which it is going to be the Iron Hands. All right. I wonder who they're going to fake out. It's just like I still have to worry about Heavy Slam, which is not a super promising factor. If I could get one more boost, that'd be really great here. I think I just want to double protect here. They could fake... I don't know if they have sub. They could fake out Flash Cannon the Espeon. We're going to see a Terra actually come out, which is unique here. Probably the Iron Hands, I'd imagine. You're not really... Oh, Heatran Terras into grass. Interesting. Okay. I guess they know that I don't have a poison move on Muk, but not resisting the Espeon is pretty unique here. We will double protect here because we are trying to get maybe a nut. We are selling the fake out and we want a potential another Power of Alchemy boost. So let's see here. Gonna be the fake out, gonna come out into the Muk actually. Oh, I could have went for the Psych up here, unfortunate. And we're gonna see a Flash Cannon just be fired off into Espeon. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's see, defense boost, defense boost, defense boost. Come on, Muk, show me the defense boost, man. Show me the defense boost. Would be really fun. Speed, okay. Oh no, Heavy Slam's gonna be threatening. Okay, I'm gonna Drain Punch the Heatran, I suppose, and I'm just gonna go for the Psych up here into the Muk. They have to double up my Espeon specifically. They're gonna forfeit. Wait, why did they forfeit? The game was not over. The game was not over. Did they not have Heavy Slam? I'd probably say they didn't because they, or maybe they don't know about the Heavy Slam properties, but Heavy Slam can't miss in a minimized mon. Actually, does that work? Can Heavy Slam just not miss in general, or if it's specifically against minimized? Because if it's specifically against minimized, I'm kind of curious, like if I psych up the boost on my Muk, does that count as the minimized factor? I actually don't know. But yeah, that Muk kind of got set up a bit too easily. Fluttermane, Iron Hands, Cresselia, Ursaluna, the Heatran, and Amoonguss. So I think a lot of things about this matchup is going to come down to the Amoonguss. If it's Clear Smog messes up this entire strategy, so gotta make sure that the Amoonguss is checked. Otherwise, I don't think this is too bad. I'm gonna go with the Grimmsnarl, the Muk, the Scovillain, which is pretty much essential for this strategy, and then I'm gonna go with the Espeon. Sylveon's nice for the Iron Hands, but it doesn't really do too much otherwise. It's also nice for Fluttermane, I suppose, but it's not like super important. The Flamingo has double kick instead of close combat. If it had, or if it had like another fighting move that wasn't like double kick, because I'm just not sure how many, if I'm able to get any attack boosts off the Moody, right? If I don't get any decent attack boosts off the Moody, I'm just not going to be able to threaten to knock down the Ursaluna or the Heatran. There's also just pressure from Heavy Slam Iron Hands, which does invalidate the minimized boost. I don't remember, I really don't know. Does the Iron Hands hit through a Pokemon that got minimized boost if it was psyched up? I don't think it does. I'm like pretty confident it doesn't, which would change the factor, because I think Heavy Slam can't miss against a Pokemon that uses minimized, but I don't know about evasion in general. Let's see here though. I hope that we can get some smooth sailing off with the Muk. The Ursaluna is a really big threat though, because it can actually damage a lot of my members. We're gonna see a Amoonguss plus the Ursaluna lead, so that's actually really smart on them. We do lead the Muk and the Grimmsnarl. I'm gonna get a Reflect up immediately, and I think I'm just gonna go out on my Scovillain immediately. I feel like going to Scovillain's probably acceptable here. I can protect too, but I don't really see much. You know what? Yeah, I will go into Scovillain here. I'm gonna go Scovillain and Reflect. I could fake out minimize turn one, but the thing is they could get a Spore off into... Actually, I could have faked out the Ursaluna, but I'd rather get a Reflect up on the turn they are not really doing much here. So I get Reflect up. Let's see what they're gonna do. They're gonna bulk up. Oh, that is scary. That is really scary. Okay. Or should be in the Muk then. Yep. Okay, perfect. Cool. Moody, special attack boost, speed. Oh boy, that is a double-edged sword. Let me double check. I don't think the Scovillain's it should be fast in Ursaluna still, but I have no idea if this is a fast Ursaluna or not. That is a potential possibility. I can't really parting shot out in this position. This is not great. I guess I could parting here. I'm trying to think does overheat KO the Ursaluna at this range? If it does, that'd be great, but I wouldn't hold my breath on it. Like, I really wouldn't. So it might be better for me just to parting shot out the Ursaluna and go for the overheat anyway into the Ursaluna. Let's try it. We're gonna see a Terra come out. This might be Terra Mungus, which is fine. Oh, Ursaluna. All right, into the poison type. Interesting. Okay, that's it. Makes it so my Espeon can hit it super effectively, I guess. The Amoonguss protects, which is kind of what I expected. So that means they shouldn't have Clear Smog then, which is really nice. So I get a parting shot off here. I'm imagining this is Earthquake then. I'm going out into my Espeon because I can't let my Muk be affected here. So the Ursaluna is back at neutral. It still has the Guts boost, so it's still doing a ton of freaking damage, but let's find out here. Bring out the Espeon. Oh my goodness, wait, what? You're faster? Oh. But I do live thanks to the Reflect. Overheat going to come out into the Ursaluna. Get a critical hit, just pick up the knockout on the Ursaluna. I don't know how much damage that was going to do naturally, but hey, well, definitely take that. Okay, so I don't have to worry about the Amoonguss nearly as much. Defense increase for an attack fall. That's pretty dang good. That's pretty dang good. Okay. And then Flutter Mane going to come in, which is to be expected. All right. So they Terra'd already. I can go out in a Muk. And I will go out in a Muk. I don't know if this is Shadowball or not. And I might as well just go for Protect. Yeah, I don't see a reason not to Protect here. I guess I could get the Power of Alchemy boost. But I don't want to Spore Beam redirect into Muk. Well, they shouldn't Spore here. Well, they could Spore to cover for a switch. I think if you Spore, it's going to be a Scovillain slot. But let's see. We are going to bring out our Muk and protect our Scovillain. All right. It might not even... Are they targeting Scovillain? I have no clue. They go for a Dazzling Gleam. Does that even knock out Scovillain? Scovillain does resist. This might be Specs Flutter Mane. That's Specs Flutter Mane. Okay. Pollen Puff, doubling up. What was the Espeon? That makes sense to me. Okay, perfect. Get a Leftovers Healing. I want to try to maybe bring out the Grim so I can Light Screen. Moody, special attack boost again. Speed falls, so not the greatest, but it's all right. I will go for the Protect with the Muk, and I am just going to go for the Overheat into... I guess I'm going to Overheat the Flutter Mane. I'm really not that concerned about the Amoonguss right now. Because I have Espeon with Magic Bounce, that means Spore is not really a big factor. So let's find out. I guess I could still Rage Powder my Psychops, which isn't pleasant, but we'll see. Go for Dazzling again. If they KO, that's fine. Oh. Bright Powder. But... Oh, wait. No. You're supposed to hit. They Spore into the Muk. Okay. So I think Terra... What's the smartest here? Am I saving my Terra for the Espeon or am I saving Terra for my Muk? So I can resist the Gleam, but it doesn't change much. I guess Speed finally for the defense. That doesn't really change anything, I guess, now. I think I'd probably want Muk to still be healthy in the long term. So I think I'm just going to go for my Terra Fire. I'm going to minimize, and I'm going to go for the Overheat into the Flutter Mane once again. So let us see if this is the case. I could Overheat the Amoonguss, but if I get rid of Flutter Mane, that's a really huge position. So let's see. We Terra Fire to Muk. This Grim is actually good against like back Pokemon, assuming I get rid of the Flutter Mane. Like, oh wait, no, I don't have Spirit Break. They go for a Dazzling Gleam. Scovillain does get knocked out here. Okay, so kind of glad I Terra Fired. I kind of need the HP on Muk, so this ends up working out perfectly. We will get the Power of Alchemy, which is going to be the Moody, and we will get a Minimize off with the Muk. So no Clear Smog on the Amoonguss that we have to worry about. We know that it Specs Flutter Mane. We're going to see a Spore, and it misses the Muk. Perfect. Okay, really ideal here. Really ideal. Get some Leftovers recovery, and now... Gonna minimize again. Moody special defense increase is always welcome. Attack fall, not so great, but you know what? We just gotta build up some turns. You know, we're gonna bring out our Grimmsnarl and we're gonna get a Light Screen up, and then we are going to I will minimize again, and I will get a Light Screen up because I think I'd rather just go for another minimize at this case and get that Light Screen up. That was good. They really just don't believe in their ability to seal at the end. It's still a game. Trust me, it is still a game. because they can knock out the Grim and then they could like stall out with the Amoonguss because I can't do any damage to the Amoonguss with my current field. But I guess they don't know and they don't want to deal with it and they just want to move on to another game. Fluttermane, Tornadus, Xianpao, Heatran, Rillaboom, or Shifu. Okay, this is a pretty standard team for the most part. Usually it's Water, Shifu, Surging Strikes, just a lot of pressure with Tailwind. This is not an easy matchup per se, but we can definitely manage. I'm gonna go with my Grimmsnarl plus Muk lead. I'm gonna bring the Scovillain, of course, for the strategy, and then in the back, this one's very tricky because I have no idea if I feel like it's Sylveon. I think Sylveon is better in this. I do like Sylveon more in this matchup. The Magic Bounce on Espeon doesn't help out against anything. Flamingo doesn't really do much here for me. I guess like I have Double Kick for the Heatran, but I don't think it's like that valuable, so I'd rather just go with the Sylveon. The Sylveon is really good offensively against my opponent's team, especially with Terra Water. Terra Water is really good against my opponent's team. If I get rid of the Rillaboom early enough, if they bring Rillaboom, because Rillaboom's actually like, when you look at the team offensively, Rillaboom does pretty poorly against a Flamigo, the Scovillain, the Muk. So they might bring something like Tornadus. They might bring Urshifu. They might bring the Heatran, which is really good defensively against my team. And then the Fluttermane, I think, makes a lot of sense. I could see the Xianpao. The only thing I really have to worry about this team is going to be the Haze on the Xianpao. That's going to be a really big factor here. If it is Haze on Xianpao, gotta get rid of it as quickly as possible. And thankfully I have two moves that on the Muk that, you know, hit the Xianpao really well, which is going to be the Drain Punch and the Knockoff. So let's see if that's going to be the case here. I do have Fake Out on my Grim to help start the setup. If they lead Torn, it's great for me because it doesn't really do anything against my team. We're gonna see Fluttermane, Rillaboom down. Okay, so they did bring the Rillaboom. All right, it's my Muk and my Grimmsnarl. Grassy Surge is gonna activate. So definitely not an easy one. I have a few options. I can Light Screen. So it depends on who I think the Fake Out's going to go off into. If they Fake Out into my Scovillain, or not my Scovillain, my Grimmsnarl, it might be better switching to Scovillain to make sure I have Grim still around for later to get the screens up. If I expect them to Fake Out the Muk, it's just better to get the Light Screen off. So I will go for the Light Screen and I will just try to set up my Minimize as quickly as possible. Fake Out going to come out in a Grim. Okay. Let's see. If they Gleam, they might not knock out the Grim here. They Moonblast double up. Okay. So they're going to target the Grim immediately. I wonder if they have Hey Shampoo in the back. Because, like, it might be a factor. We will go for the Power of Alchemy. Oh, I get the Prankster. Wait. Wait, hold on. Wait, that becomes really interesting. I kind of forgot about that. So now I Prankster Minimize. Okay. I didn't even think about that angle when there was this team, but okay. Scovillain gonna come out. We're gonna overheat the Rillaboom. We're gonna go for the Minimize, I guess, once again into the Muk, and yeah, +4. So Moonblast gonna come out. They hit the Muk, really? Okay. Special attack drop. U-turn, they missed the Muk, so they're getting heavily punished. Actually, that was a really greedy U-turn because I get the overheat in the Rillaboom. And again, Sylveon is really good in this game, and yeah, they get like really low. And what's nice about the Grassy Terrain is I'm getting leftovers healing plus the I'm getting the Grassy Terrain plus leftovers, so that's a pretty big chunk on my Muk that I'm just healing back every single turn. So fantastic. Moody, special defense increase for a defense fall. Not the best. That should be Choice Box Fluttermane 100% based on the damage. I think a double protect is pretty fine here. So I want to get more leftovers recovery. I want to see what they're exactly going to accomplish. I might knock off the Rillaboom and Rage Powder the next turn, or I might just overheat depending on like what they decide to do. They decide to Moonblast my Muk again. Okay. They haven't used Terra yet, which concerns me. We're going to see a U-turn going to come out into the Scovillain slot this time. Okay. If I get the Speed Boost, this changes a lot about the game. And I was willing to take that as an option. So let's see. All right. We get the leftovers. Moody. We do get the speed. Okay. Oh, no. Another special attack drop. I think we still KO'd a Rillaboom at -3, so I'll take that. I'll definitely take that. We're going to go for the Overheat, and we're going to go for the knockoff here into the Flutter Mane. We want to get rid of that Choice Spec so Sylveon's taking a lot less damage later on because we didn't get screens up at all. Rillaboom going to hard retreat, so this might be hard in our Shifu, which is a good play on their part. All right. Or Heatran. Ooh, they got the Flash Fire. Okay. I overheat in a Flash Fire Heatran. That's not good. Great play on their part. Okay. But they missed a Moonblast because I'm +4. I get the knockoff into the Flutter Mane, so goodbye your Choice Specs. Really good. Okay. All right, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. And yeah, we're just healing up so much HP right now, which is fantastic. Get a Moody boost, special attack increase, special defense fall. I'll definitely take that because I'm like, what, +1 and -1. Okay. I don't want to overheat here. I'd either Rage Powder. I think Rage Powder is pretty safe here. I'm going to Rage Powder and I'm going to go for a knockoff, I think, in the Heatran because I want to get rid of that leftovers in the long term. I want to say Terra for my Sylveon, I think, so I can actually hit things with Terra Blast. Shadow Ball going to come out into, what was this, Scovillion? Or it was, right? That was Scovillion. The Earth Power, which is interesting because Heat Wave's neutral, but we'll definitely take that. Life Orb on the Heatran, huh? I get a free knockoff into the Heatran. Oh, they targeted the Muk, right? I redirected it. So I get rid of that Life Orb, and now the Heatran does a lot less damage. That's beautiful, actually. Okay. I might not even need Sylveon then. So that's really, really good. Okay. And I'm just healing so much damage up with this Muk here. This Muk's a problem for them. This Muk's a problem for them. Even without the... Okay, special defense increase once again. Attack fall. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'm protecting here. And I'm going for the Drain Punch into the Muk. Or into the Heatran with the Muk. I will go for that. Oh, baby. We'll protect here. Just to preserve it because they're partying down the Scovillion, looks like. Yep. Or they Moonblast the Muk this time, which is fine. Yep. You're going to go for Earth Power. They hit. It doesn't do nearly enough. Perfect. Okay, Drain Punch off for the recovery. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And now, yeah, we're kind of basically, I guess, in a worse spot technically than we were previously. But I mean, I'll take it because I can still Drain Punch the Heatran the next turn. I have a few other options. Let's see. Special attack rise again. Speed falls. Ooh, that's actually really interesting. Okay. I think I want to go for an overheat in the Flutter Mane then, and I want to protect the Muk. A Heatran could protect here or Terra because it is threatened by Drain Punch. Overheat threatens pretty much the Flutter Mane or any KO potentially. We don't see any protects though from their side, it looks like, which is okay. We're going to see a Shadow Ball. They go target the Scovillion, which is smart. This might be another Earth Power though. Okay, Overheat going to come out into the Flutter Mane. Does pick up the... Oh, doesn't pick up the knockout Flutter Mane. I'm actually surprised on that, but that still is okay. Heat Wave this time. Okay. How much damage? They hit the Scovillion. Picks up the knockout. Critical hit. I don't think it matters. I don't. Looks like they're playing aggressively, which is fine by me. All right. I'm going to go out in a Sylveon. I am going to Terra Fire to I think I am going to Terra Fire the Terra Water to Sylveon. And I do want to go for a Psych Up here into the Muk. And maybe minimize again, just so I'm at the +6 guaranteed. You know what? Let's go for it. Let's go for the +6. Because even if I pick up knockout in the Heatran here, it's not like that big of a concern. Yeah, I think I'd rather just have the Psych Up guaranteed, so I have the +6 on the Sylveon. And I'm going for the Terra Water because if they go for Flash Cannon, Moonblast, I'd rather have the safety net right here of Sylveon be able to tank the attacks just fine. It could still have Terra Blast, which is my only concern here, especially with the Rillaboom. Rillaboom's going to be the scary one. Heatran protects, so this actually ended up being a way better play. They tried to sack the Flutter Mane, it looks like, which is super ideal. So I do get the minimize off, so this is +6, and I get 2 +6 mons. Really good. Okay. A Moonblast, they can't miss this one. And what's nice is even if they special attack drop, the Muk was actually going to make it back to neutral, so this is perfect. Now I can go for a Terra Blast into the Heatran, and I can go for a... Actually, I don't have Terra Blast. I just realized. I guess we're going to go for a Hyper Voice here and a knockoff. They don't have any switches to this, so this still ends up working out. I'm going to Drain Punch and Hyper Voice. Thunderbolt, and they hit. Okay. Able to hang on. They're hitting. How do you hit these +6? Okay. Okay. See? Really? Okay. As long as they don't hit anymore. That's actually crazy. That's crazy. They hit two moves in a row against +6 evasion. Okay. Drain Punch into Heatran. Like, they're gonna hit moves eventually. Hopefully those are the only moves they connect for the rest of the game, but like, that's crazy. They also put, unfortunately, the Sylveon out of range for the berry, which is actually potentially really dangerous depending on like what's coming out here. So this is going to be the Rillaboom and the Urshifu, and this is where the game is going to be really fun. Rillaboom comes out. This has to be your Urshifu, right? Xian Pao. Do you have haze? That's a good question. If you have haze, it's going to decide a lot. It's actually funny because I think Muk could still theoretically just win. We'll find out. I'm going to go for Hyper Voice, and I'm going to go for Drain Punch. I could Protect, but if they have haze, I don't think it's a great option. But yeah, I'm just going to Drain Punch the Xian Pao and go for it. Take a Sword. Oh, they ignore stat changes, but they don't hit the Wood Hammer. And I think that's going to secure it here because we're going to be able to get the Hyper Voice Drain Punch off. I completely forgot Sacred Sword is immune, but they don't get the defense increase, so... Oh, completely forgot about the Sacred Sword option looking back at this, but it's okay. But I think my Pokeball were out of range. We're able to eliminate the Xian Pao, and we're able to get the Hyper Voice. Like, if they went for Sacred Sword and Sylveon, and maybe that KO'd. It might have KO'd the Sylveon. I got the Drain Punch off, so that means they definitely wouldn't be able to KO the Muk, especially with the leftovers and the Black Sludge. And I don't think the Rillaboom had enough firepower, so... I can't believe that. I can't believe what this game was. But yeah, we can go for Hyper Voice knockoff. They go for Wood Hammer. They actually do land. Are going to be able to knock out the Sylveon. I think they're going to live recoil just barely. And then knockoff's going to finish off the Rillaboom. Unless, hey, you have your own Bright Powder Rillaboom. Do you have your own Bright Powder on the Rillaboom? Let's see. Knockoff into the Rillaboom. And that is going to be the game. Minimize strats. With Psych Up. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, like why? Do we really need game recaps for a minimized team? I don't really think so. The idea of the team was pretty straightforward. We were able to get the screen set up for Muk, get some minimized boost, Scovillian, get the Moody Trace, and then set up with our Psych Up Mons. That's pretty much all that really happened in today's video, and I still can't believe like it actually worked out pretty well. Okay, the point of this video was to troll, and I did not expect to get wins really at all. Maybe like one win, but I was not expecting the team to do this well. Please, might not be the thing you want to spam on ladder for the sanity of players, but there is a rental code on your screen. There's the details of the team down below in the description. And of course, you can subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.